Have you ever bought a tech product thinking it's just going to be another gadget in your collection, but then a year later, it's one of those things you can't live without? Yeah, I mean, it doesn't happen often, but that's exactly how I feel about the iPad mini 7. I've been using this thing every single day since I got it last year. And honestly, it's one of those rare devices that you don't just buy, but you actually use. The Mini 7's got that elite form factor that makes it insanely portable, perfect for all kinds of situations. Whether I'm at my desk, on my couch, or 35,000 feet in the air, the Mini 7 is always with me. Remember back in elementary school, we all had those agendas for writing down everything we had to do once we got home? The Mini 7 is kind of like the adult agenda for me. It has a similar size profile, and I use it as my go-to productivity device, where I write down my daily tasks, take notes, and plan out everything I need to do for the day with the Apple Pencil. But it's not just a digital agenda, it's also a content consumption powerhouse. The display is great, the size is perfect, and when I'm traveling, it's hands down the best device to pull out on a plane. So yeah, it's 2025 and I'm still obsessed with the iPad mini 7. And if you're wondering why, let me break it down.
I've been feeling so small. Watch the clock ticking off the wall.
How's it going, everyone? My name is RJ and welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I drop weekly tech content covering the latest and greatest in the world of tech. So if you're into that, this is the channel to subscribe to in 2025. Now, today we're talking about the iPad mini 7. This thing has been my everyday carry for nearly a year now, and I'm still just as obsessed with it as the day I got it. Let me break down why this might be the most underrated Apple product out right now. One of the biggest reasons I'm still obsessed with the iPad mini 7 in 2025 is hands down the size and the weight. It's compact, lightweight, and honestly feels like a small notebook in your hands, especially with the Smart Folio cover case attached. Apple absolutely nailed the form factor with this thing. It's small enough to take anywhere, but still powerful enough to handle everything I throw at it. I actually prefer using my mini 7 over my 11-inch iPad Pro, and that says a lot. The size just makes it so much more convenient. As a tech content creator, I even use it as a portable monitor when I'm filming with my mirrorless camera. Since I'm a one-man show, having a reliable external display to frame my shots is very underrated, and the mini is perfect for that. But what really makes the iPad mini 7 stand out is how easy it is to use on the go. One-handed usability is elite. You can comfortably hold it in one hand while scrolling, taking notes, or reading, which is something you just can't do with larger iPads. And in some cases, depending on what you're wearing, it's even pocketable. Not in your jeans, obviously, but in a jacket or a bag, it slides right in. One of my favorite ways to use it is as a Kindle alternative. There's just something about sitting down in a cafe, sipping coffee, and reading a good book on the iPad mini. The size is perfect for ebooks, and with the True Tone on the night shift, it's super easy on the eyes. So for me, the form factor alone makes the iPad mini 7 one of the best Apple products out right now, even in 2025. It's small, portable, and insanely versatile, whether I'm using it for work, content creation, or just entertainment. Alright, now for the productivity angle. For me, the iPad mini 7 has straight up replaced the traditional notebook. I used to write everything down in physical notebooks, simply because I prefer the size and the actual act of writing. It just helps me remember things better than typing ever could. But once I threw on a paper-like screen protector and started using the Apple Pencil Pro, it was a wrap. The writing experience feels insanely close to real paper, and at this point, I don't even miss my old notebooks. And speaking of the Apple Pencil Pro, it brings some next level features that actually makes writing and note-taking better. You've got the squeeze gestures, which quickly switch tools without reaching for menus, and then you got the barrel roll. Rotate the pen to change the angle of the brushes and the pens. You also do get haptic feedback, a subtle vibration that makes interactions feel more real. Apple really went in with this one, and on the iPad mini 7 it just makes sense. Now, even though this is the smallest iPad, multitasking is still legit. The screen size is big enough to comfortably run split view or picture-in-picture, so I'll often have a YouTube video playing while checking Twitter or writing down notes. It's just one of those devices that adapts to whatever you need it to be, whether it's a notebook, an entertainment hub, or a travel companion. So yeah, for note-taking, planning my day, or even casual sketching, the iPad mini 7 has become my go-to. It's compact, powerful, and with the right accessories, it's way more than just an iPad. It's an essential. Alright, so if there's one thing the iPad mini 7 absolutely crushes, this thing is the content consumption king. It's basically a portable media powerhouse, and because of its size, it's just so easy to pull out and start watching, reading, or scrolling wherever you are. Now, if you must know, the display is fantastic. Even though it's not a ProMotion panel, it's still sharp, vibrant, and bright, making it perfect for YouTube, Netflix, or casually browsing the web. The compact size means I can hold it comfortably for long periods, which is something you just can't do easily with bigger iPads. And if you're someone who watches a lot of content on the go, whether that's on a plane, in bed, or even just chilling on the couch, the iPad mini 7 just makes sense. And the speakers are surprisingly good. Apple has been doing a solid job with their audio on their smaller devices, and the Mini 7 is no exception. It's got stereo speakers that actually sound way fuller than you'd expect from a device this small. Now, you're not getting iPad Pro level sound, but for watching videos or listening to podcasts, it's more than enough. And then there's the portability factor, which takes this experience to a whole nother level. The fact that this iPad is this small, yet it still delivers a premium content experience is kind of wild. I take it with me everywhere, whether I'm traveling, sitting in a cafe, or just relaxing at home. It's my go-to for watching videos, reading articles, or even catching up on social media. The bottom line is, if you love consuming content, the iPad Mini 7 is built for you. It's lightweight, easy to hold, has a great display, and delivers an entertainment experience that's way bigger than its size suggests. Now, if you're considering an iPad Mini 7 or you already have one, you need to check out Paperlike. This isn't just another screen protector. It's designed to specifically make writing on an iPad feel like writing on paper. One of the biggest issues with writing or drawing on an iPad is that the glass is too smooth. You don't really get any friction, which makes your handwriting feel unnatural, and your Apple Pencil can sometimes slip around. Paperlike actually addresses that by adding a textured surface that mimics the feel of paper, giving you better control and precision. So if you're jotting down notes, sketching, or marking up PDFs, it just feels right. Almost like using a real notebook, but with all the power of an iPad. But it's not just about the writing experience. Paperlike also reduces glare and cuts down on fingerprints. You know how annoying those screen reflections can be. The matte finish actually helps diffuse light, so you can see everything clearly without distractions. Now, I know some matte screen protectors can make the display look blurry or dull, but that's not an issue with Paperlike. Everything still looks sharp and vibrant, so you do get the best of both worlds. A screen protector that enhances the Apple Pencil experience without sacrificing display quality. I've been using Paperlike on my iPad mini ever since I got it. Honestly, Paperlike has sort of become a must-have. So a big thanks to Paperlike for sponsoring today's video. If you want to upgrade your iPad mini 7 experience, check out Paperlike by using the link in the description below and see the difference for yourself. So after using the iPad mini 7 for over a year, how is it holding up performance-wise? Honestly, just as fast as day one. Apple Silicon has been ridiculously good when it comes to longevity, and the A16 Bionic chip inside this thing is still a beast. Whether I'm jumping between apps, editing photos in Lightroom, or even doing some light gaming, the iPad mini 7 doesn't slow down. Now let's address the one thing people always bring up, jelly scrolling. Yes, it's still here, but honestly, it's a non-issue for me. I don't find myself scrolling on my iPad mini as much as I would on my iPhone. So it's just not something I notice in day-to-day use. If you're watching videos, taking notes, or working on a document, jelly scrolling is completely irrelevant. Now, multitasking is surprisingly solid. With 6 GB of RAM, the iPad mini 7 can handle split view, picture-in-picture, and multiple background apps without a problem. I'll often have Lightroom open to edit photos, Safari for research, and YouTube running in picture-in-picture, and the Mini 7 keeps up no issues. Of course, it's not on the same level as the M series iPads, but for something this portable, it's still really impressive. And let's talk about the battery life, because this is something Apple rarely advertises in numbers, but in my experience, light usage like taking notes, reading, and social media easily stretches this iPad to 2 days. For heavier use, watching videos, using productivity apps, or even gaming, it's a solid full day of usage. So if you're someone who doesn't want to worry about constantly charging their devices, the Mini 7 still delivers. So after using this thing for over a year, is the iPad Mini 7 still worth it in 2025? Absolutely. And honestly, if you're thinking about getting one, I wouldn't wait, because it doesn't get much better than this. The size, the portability, and the power of the iPad mini 7 make it the perfect iPad for almost anyone, whether you're a student, a professional, a traveler, or someone who just wants a compact do-it-all device. The Mini 7 fits into just about any workflow. It's great for productivity, note-taking, media consumption, gaming, and even as a portable monitor for us creators. There is just no iPad that offers this combination of features in such a compact form factor. Now, some people might ask, why not just get an iPad Air or an iPad Pro? And here's the thing, the iPad Air is bigger, but not necessarily better if portability is what you care about. The iPad Pro is more powerful, sure, but for most people, the Mini 7's A16 Bionic chip is more than enough for everyday tasks. And if you're considering the budget iPad, yes, it's cheaper, but it doesn't come close to the Mini's premium design, laminated display, and overall versatility. Then there's the price. The Mini 7 sits in that perfect middle ground. It's cheaper than the iPad Pro, but still gives you a premium experience. If you want a powerful, ultra-portable iPad that you'll actually use every day, this is the one to get. So that's why even in 2025, I'm still obsessed with my iPad mini 7. It's one of those rare devices that you don't just buy and forget about. It actually becomes a part of your daily routine, whether it's for productivity, content consumption, or just pure convenience. The mini 7 just delivers. And honestly, I don't see anything replacing this anytime soon. If you made it till the end of this video, drop a dolphin emoji down in the comments below so I know exactly who my true supporters are. And if you already haven't, hit that subscribe button because I've got tech content coming every single week. Thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you guys all in the next one, and don't forget to flex with your tech.